When humans discovered writing, nobody understood that that might destroy needing a living elder in the village. When humans invented roads, nobody thought that that would destroy communities because we no longer had to live beside each other. When humans invented Google Maps, nobody imagined that that would disorientate us, put us out of contact with trying to map our locality, perhaps even physical space. Humans have now invented a machine that communicates for us. It constructs sentences, it constructs paragraphs, it constructs sales pitches, it constructs emails, it does the language thing that we were already kind of getting bored of. Because as we got media and then social media, we start to see the patterns. We start to see that talking about the weather wasn't actually just talking about the weather. The words were kind of this empty offering, but really what we were doing was we were just checking to make sure we're okay. When we're talking about football or any other sort of tribal dynamics, it was like, yes, we're the team, and there's this fake tribal dynamic between teams of like, ha ha ha, I can't believe you support that other team. Again, we started seeing these patterns. We made countless movies about the jock and the underdog in high school, about the hero's journey of overcoming whatever big bad dragon there is and slaying it and coming back and getting the girl and making the family and living the peaceful, quiet life then afterwards, whatever the happy ending is that we all imagine when the credits go, basically. All to say, we were already getting tired of language. How many times do I need to tell my story? How many times do I need to repeat this? Especially as we all move around and our communities are no longer held together. So we're meeting new faces all of the time. Every, say, 5 years, your social group will probably rotate. And that's now like an accepted part. That's an expected part of life. Historically, that wasn't. You would have been born, been raised, and died in the same town, and it would have been the same town your parents would have been in. So you would have had family connections and roots, and then your own connections and roots, and you would be passing this on to a further generation. But let's not get caught up in that too much. If this speaks to you, where language itself is becoming a bit more difficult, and we see this for sure in the younger generation, in your Zoomers, your Gen Z, your iGen, whatever label we're still trying to decide what it is, but they are socially anxious like no other generation has been. Which means that the languaging thing that we do to kind of check and make sure we're okay, to set each other up for jokes, to just get along, is difficult for them. For whatever reason, we can say food, we can say sleep, we can say technology, we can say education. All of these different things are all coming together to build humans that are not comfortable in the talking game, perhaps. So, and that's before the large language models, that's before AI, it's before the ChatGPT. So, now that we have invented this ChatGPT, what will communication be? How will we check on each other? That is the question for today's video. Will it return all the way before language? Will it go back to dancing and music and art? And this is how we'll communicate truly. And we'll use these words just as the kind of like, organizing a date or trying to plan out something that we're building, but it's just all this automated stuff. Please find enclosed that would you mind? It's going to be all this very mechanical sort of. That's going to be the purpose. It's going to be in a mechanical sort of sense. And the poetry of language is going to be totally gone. Or will we become master poets, every single one of us, where we will start to speak beyond the words. We will start to listen to each other, where the words are coming from and where they're trying to point towards, but the words themselves will be a poetic sort of offering to try to see if you could share that, what the experience is, what the subjective is. This is coming out of Kant's dilemma, where he said, I think, therefore I am. He's separated out the subjective and the objective utterly, so that the objective is just there to be extracted from, and the subjective is there to be optimized in whatever way you manage to do that, but they are 100% separate. So, will we start to play with poetry and offer it to each other in a way of trying to invite each other into a space, into a language, into an experience, into some sort of story? Now, I think that is the way it's going to go. I do see a lot of warrior poets as the kind of new archetype that some people are going towards. Aubrey Marcus being a prime example of that. But I'm going to just finish off this video by saying that I think the dialogos practice is where we will find this best, because we will be playing with poetry as we try to speak about a virtue, because the virtues are not definable. There is no solid ground there, but it is identifiable. And that's where you find the solid ground, where it's like, it's right there. It's just my words aren't able to make pure contact. They're able to get aspects, they're able to get parts, but they're not able to capture. And that's beautiful. And then poetry arises and you share a space. So the invite is there as always. Please contact me, message me, whatever way you want, and I will link you in with a practice that goes on every week. So I know that's a bad sales technique, because I should say, like, you know, there's only 1 week left, and if you book now, like, you'll get a something discount, but it's free, it's on every week. It's just something I believe in. So so it's there for you, basically. I think this is the way it's going to go. The large language models, the ChatGPT, will cause whatever shift it causes. If you have alternative thoughts and hypotheses, please let me know. And I hope you've had a good week. I hope you are looking forward to the next one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.